Shalom, it's Jeremiah Yakov. Before we start off, I want to give praises to the Father and the Son. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh to the people ignorantly called God, and Yahushua to the people ignorantly called Jesus. You so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. You are the Hebrew Israelites. Today when we get into Psalms 34 and 7, it says, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them." And the angels, always be around, the men that the Lord are dealing with, and ultimately, the elect. That's why, if you see brothers at camp, it'll be a lot of chariot sightings, or, just brothers in their everyday life. They could be driving home from work, walking down the street, whatever. Then, a chariot just, fly right over their head or, buzz right past them, man. Because, again, what the world perceives as so-called UFOs, they are really, heavenly vehicles. And it's, the angels piloting them vehicles, wherever in the earth, they need to go. And a lot of the times when these heathens see the chariots, they get a sense of fear. They get weary. But on the other hand, when brothers in this truth, in this ministry, see them chariots is like a like a sign of comfort, in a way. A sign of that, the Lord got us, the Lord with us. And via all these movies, which are really predictive programmings that come out, they program the average person mind to look at so-called UFOs, but are really chariots, as an enemy. But that's, yeah, you are a heathen. You should very well be scared and be weary when you see them chariots. But us Israelites, we know that those chariots are going to beam up brothers ultimately to that salvation. It says, "And the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and deliver them." The ultimate deliverance is going to be, when the elect get beamed up out of this place via them chariots, man. And another thing, we got Hebrews 13 and 1 through 2. Let brotherly love continue. Con. We should, as Hebrew Israelites, treat each other like we would treat ourselves. Love a brother. Treat each other with respect. You know? Verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. So, a lot of times, brothers may be aware of it, or they may not be aware of it, but brothers have had, encounters, with angels, whether it be at their job, just walking down the street, wherever. The angels are always around, the elect. The chariots are always around, whether you see them or you don't see them. They're always there, man. And that's why, we should treat each other with respect and, love each other. Because, let's say a brother could, mistreat, they're mistreating a regular homeless person or a regular, Hebrew Israelite person that's of lowly estate. And really, you just mistreated an angel. So, it's also, humbling at the same time to, just be a good person, be a good brother or, sister, to your people. Just we all in this captivity together, man. And we all serving out this last bondage together. Instead of vexing each other, we should bring joy to each other. And I remember, man, back in 2020, I had an encounter with an angel in the mall, man. I remember, me and my brother, we was walking in the mall, and we're just walking, and it's like I felt chills, and like my whole body was tingly for like damn near a week, man. But it was so beautiful and amazing how nobody else felt what me and my brother felt besides us, man. And we felt this tingly lifting sensation. And ultimately that sensation, that feeling, brought me joy. It made me happy, man. But ultimately in this lesson, the angels are always around, man. But with that, hope this lesson was edifying through spirit and power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Until next time, Shalom, Yahshua.